Alright everybody, welcome back to the Crazy Channel. Tilly Willie here, aka Yellow Foxbody guy. How many of you have an AOD in your car? Automatic overdrive. You know, they're not the best transmissions. T5s are more fun to drive. I am going to be working on that. I'm fixing to start looking into junkyards for that. But you know, I got kids, they got to have braces, school, you know, there's all kinds of different bills coming up. Life is life. Limited budget, so we're going to put in a transmission cooler, because the problem is, look, see the sky. This is North Carolina sky. It don't rain all the time, but it certainly gets hot over here in North Carolina. I mean, the other day, me and 6'6" Chevelle guy, we were riding around. He had his Trans Am out, and I had my Camaro. We were doing a little birthday cruise for Billy Dahl, and if you haven't checked that video out, check that out. But we went out to the old town we used to cruise in, and we sat out there for about 15 minutes in idle. Now my car don't run hot because I put the electric fan on it, so at idle it's pulling plenty of air, 3,400 CFMs through there. It does not get hot anymore. But the transmission got hot, and on the way home I noticed it slipped out of overdrive, downshifted into drive two different times, and it only does that when the air temperature is up around 93 to 95, so I know the transmission's getting hot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a just a little old small transmission cooler in it. This bad boy right here is 3/4 of an inch thick, and you know, the basic premise is you're getting air out of that transmission because it's got some stuff. If you got AOD, you know this line right here and the one down below it are transmission coolers. They run a couple of little fins through there, but not nearly enough. And so I'm gonna put that thing in line probably in there, so I might have to take my radiator, the fan of course, flip back, and the condenser for the AC, flip all that back and attach it to the front of that where it's getting some air on it. The question I've been asking myself is this really going to matter? Well, I'm going to tell you what, Ford thought that it would, because what they did with the power steering line, I don't know about 87 and up, I don't know 8500. On my car, I was noticing my power steering line, you can also run that same little generic kit right there. You can run that with power steering. So Ford, in their wonderful idea, probably not going to be able to see those lines, but there's two lines, two hoses, two of those hoses way down there at the bottom that go in. They come around, and see this line right here. This line right here comes up and goes back down. There's absolutely no cooling fins or anything on that, but that is the power steering line. They made it come all the way from the power steering rack round the radiators up in front of them and then back around, just so there's some air blowing on there and keeping that power steering cool. So the way I see it, if that works without any cooling fins or anything, you don't have to have cooling fins. Cooling fins are just there to kind of separate everything and keep that air moving around in there. But I'm going to put that thing on somewhere in here, wherever I can get it to mount where it ain't getting mashed. I've got enough room. It's only 3/4 inch thick, so I'm thinking somewhere across this front where that air from the fan, because that fan pulls, man, that fan pulls good. I can pull through there, and that should keep my transmission running cooler until I can get a T5 built and do that swap. That's the plans. I'm going to work on this. I'll show you anything I run into, because I've been looking on YouTube and there's just no videos of this. Get hold of this, do all the different drill spots, and I can. Question is, I might just go ahead and hook my two lines onto it, because I can get in there. Alright, the way I built my fan set up, all I got to do is pop this bolt and that bolt loose, and I made some little ears down in the bottom. The whole fan will come out. All I got to do is unplug it and undo my overflow line. That easy. My bottom transmission line, that's the one that goes back to the transmission. That bottom line, I just pulled it loose. So I'm probably going to splice my line right at that curve. There's the hose. What I've done is I've shoved it through a hole in the radiator support wall right outside of the radiator. So I'm going to go there. That tells me I've got plenty of line in here, or I can nearby cut it in half and then figure out what I'm going to do here. Probably come out 90 with this. Come out 90 with this here top. So there's the end of both of my hoses. That's on my lower air dam. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to mount it right there. The AC condenser is about shot anyway. I'm going to replace that eventually one day. Maybe this summer. I don't know. Depends how hot it gets. Up there, radiator clamp there. Then go up in here, cut whatever length I need to attach into this bottom line, and then attach the other one to wherever I cut to the line that's going back transmission that way. Seconds of it. I'm actually trying to do this where I don't even have to get under the car and use my Harbor Freight death stands. G-Funk, you know what I'm talking about. Get the bottom one on. But right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and just pop these two bolts loose. Pop my two brackets loose to hold the radiator and just lay it back out of the way. If you look right down there, you can see, zoom it in for you. See that black thing? That is one of those bad boys sticking through the radiator. Where you at now? Yeah, right there. It's that. What I did is I come to this side, put my condenser where I wanted it. Just took a real small screwdriver, small stem, shoved through both real lightly. Had my wife, Miss Yellow Foxbody.
Hello.
Yellow Foxbody gal, we'll call her. And I pushed the screwdriver until she saw it coming out of the condenser here because I didn't want to poke a hole in this radiator. And then she said stop, so I went through real gently, and I'm going to do that on the other one, for the other mark. And then you just got these bad boys here just slide right on that stem, and then you can cut off the extra, and that's it, holding it on. Then all I got to do is cut the hose and cut the line, put them together, and I'm done. Here it is from the front. It almost looks like a turbo intercooler. Check that out. I like that. I like that look. People are gonna think I got a fast car, and I don't. So do not be fooled by that ever. It's on a good day a little better, but yeah, there's where it's gonna be. I'm gonna tighten it up a little bit, but that's it. Those two hoses are there and there. I got them where I can tighten them from out here. They run around the radiator over there, and right here is the loop. So now I just got to cut it, attach it to this one. Get some light on my face. Alright, probably about 2 hours of tinkering on this. What I did was I chopped the line. I'm going to see if we can get in here and get some light on it. I've actually got pink tie straps, which they'll end up getting dirty. But just for right now, to mark, remind me of what's what. But I cut the line that come out of the bottom and over to there. Cut it right there. Attached it. It goes around the radiator, comes through, goes into the bottom, I think, goes through the condenser, back out top. Top one comes back around the radiator and does a loop right back into the bottom transmission line on the radiator. Fixing to crank it, find out after I put the fan. All I got to do is drop my fan back in on the two tabs. There's the fan. Probably put a little bit of transmission fluid in it, not much, but you know, you do have to fill up the line that you added. You're adding about 2 foot of line, which I mean inside diameter is only 5/16. I'm gonna turn you guys sideways, but enough to fill up that tube right there, which I know is not a quart. That whole condenser won't hold a quart, but we're gonna get it warm and put transmission fluid in it, and that will be a wrap. Check for leaks, all that good stuff. Go drive it around in the hot, and hopefully it'll never have the issue again. If it does, that's just going to speed up my T5 search and rescue. So that's going to end it for this one. You will get dirty. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. Peace.